Hello folks and fans, and welcome to another edition of Now We're Piping with Dr. Rockwood. I have the privilege of being here in Montreal at Blatter Blatter with Mr. Patrick Blatter, fourth generation, right?
That's right.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for having us. But it's a bit last minute. We're only in town for a few days, but I really wanted to get this interview. Now, the Blatter family's been making pipes for, I believe, over 100 years.
That's right, yeah. That's right.
Could you take us kind of through the family history, how it all started?
Well, back in, I believe it was 1890s,
Okay.
my great-grandfather, which would be Frédéric Blatter,
Okay.
had a manufacturing plant and was making pipes in England
Okay.
back then.
Okay.
And at one point, they had the privilege of being asked to make pipes for certain French generals,
Okay.
which meant they had to move to Southern Africa.
Okay.
He stayed there, him and his brother actually,
Okay.
also, they stayed there for a while. And I guess the last move was here, 1906.
And what prompted
Montreal.
what made them move from South Africa?
Well,
to
from what
Montreal?
we understand, it's the wives were
Okay.
kind of sick and tired of the heat
Okay.
and well, the hot, humid heat. So, and after doing that stint in South Africa, making these pipes for generals, I think they made a decision to leave there and they could start a new life for the last time, and then came up here.
Okay.
And
And what year was that? The
06, one of the
1906.
yeah.
Oh wow.
It
Okay.
was one of those big
Okay.
migration waves, 1906.
Okay. Okay.
So when they got here, and there was nothing like that here, like a pipe making,
Okay.
pipe smoking, stores and retail stores. So they opened up a manufacturing plant
Okay.
where they were making pipes for these big brand names as well for this
Okay.
market, Dunhill.
You were making pipes for
Comoys.
Dunhill.
Yeah.
Comoy. Oh really?
Turn pipes, not handmade,
Okay.
but machine-made pipes. Yeah.
Really?
With
Okay.
the ones that you find the Canadian patent.
Yes.
That was made by
Okay.
our family way
Really?
back then. Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought you guys were exclusively Blatter pipes.
Yeah.
It was like, because it's a mark of excellence, right? So-
Right. We were doing that, but at the same time, we were doing the mass production.
Okay. Okay.
And we were doing the handmade pipes and the cleaning, sort of like what we do today,
Okay.
in-house,
Oh, okay.
in a little workshop in the back.
Okay, I was talking about a mark of excellence, but I read on your website that you were made welcome to the Confrérie des Maîtres Pipiers de Saint-Claude, so that's the Brotherhood of Master Pipe Makers in France, in Saint-Claude. Can you walk us through what that means and what the impact that has on the international pipe making community?
Well, it meant a lot to me, and I guess to us, because they were first
Okay.
introduced to that in the early 80s as pipe makers, the only pipe makers actually at that time in this area.
Okay.
And you know, at the time we were doing business as well with these other pipe makers, so we were selling their brands as well. So they got to became really good friends
Okay.
over the years.
Okay.
And then when I started working here, after a certain point, I guess, of being comfortable with pipe making,
Yeah.
and I guess having my own style, if you will, I was asked if I wanted to join
Okay.
that confrérie.
Yeah, okay.
And so,
And that really is like a mark of excellence, eh? To be
well, it's like a
asked
sort
to-
of like a recognition that
Okay.
you're doing
yeah,
a good job.
Yeah.
You're doing something. And what I found really interesting is that when you join that club, you were sort of expected to leave a little something behind,
Okay.
like a pipe,
Okay.
because they have these huge showcases of pipes of everyone that has been inducted,
That they
going
offer.
way back.
Okay.
And then I was browsing that showcase and I saw my dad and my uncle's pipes.
Wow.
And so
Oh wow.
to have my pipe next to theirs,
That's an honor.
yeah, it was
Wow.
something else. So
That's
yeah,
incredible,
Pretty
huh?
proud of that. So
Yeah, so it's quite international. And Blatter, is Blatter only sold in Canada, or can you buy it? Do you distribute throughout the world, or?
it's only sold here.
Okay.
In our shop. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no distribution. I mean,
Okay.
that's the best way we find to do it. I mean,
Right.
they're made right here.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
sold.
They don't have far to
There's
go
no-
from the shop to the
there's no-
showcase.
There's no middleman or anything like that. Yeah. So it's like it's really.
Okay. Now, would you ever like ship internationally if someone made a payment or called you up or something? Would you?
We do ship every once in a while from the States.
Okay.
To customers that are aware of us that perhaps already have Blatter pipes in our collection.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem. We have sent pipes already overseas. It's a little more complicated. It's expensive.
Okay.
And you know, the insurance and all that.
Yeah.
But we have done it.
Okay.
So that's nice to have people recognize us from overseas because you know in Europe it's pretty much well established.
Yeah.
You know, their pipe making and they have really great pipe artists too. So we've sent some pipes overseas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So we brushed on this a little bit, but everything is made on site here in the back, right?
Yeah, the workshop.
Okay. So you got
it's old stuff. It's old school.
Okay.
The lathe, yeah.
Okay.
I know today there's a lot more modern equipment, but I was taught with that, you know, with all that equipment.
Okay.
You know, some of these handmade tools, they go back.
Okay.
To, you know, my grandfather.
Past generation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's the old school, and
Yeah.
God, I made a lot of them I don't even touch because you know it's just there's a lot of them, and I keep using the same tools, so they're there.
Yeah, in case
I don't
you
even
need it.
want to touch them in case I break them. But yeah, it's the old school of that.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So with the lathe, you know, fitting the mouthpiece to the shank of the pipe, and you know, a lot of it's sanding, shaping, and yeah. So
wow. Okay. Great. Well, hopefully, would we be able to get a quick tour at the end of the way the back looks?
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you.
It'll be a pleasure.
So you're the fourth generation. Pipe making has been passed down through your family. So what was it like growing up in a world of pipes, and how did you apprentice? How did you learn? Was it through your father and your uncle, or did you go to a special, I don't know, certification program?
Well, there's, as far as I know, there's no classes that you can take to learn that. It's really a trade that, like a lot of trades, you learn hands-on, you know, whether it's in the family or not, it's really passed on. You have to, so when I was, I guess, finishing school, CEGEP, I mean, I was working here part-time to make a big money, you know, when you're young like that. So that was, I guess, my way of being introduced to
the world of
because I knew what this was about, you know, that this was the family business, but not to a certain point. So to be able to come and work part-time and then see what pipe making was about, and then dealing with the public, and then learning about the products, I really liked it. And so after a few years of part-time, I had to make a decision what I wanted to do, and I said, let's do this. Instead of going back to school or let's say university. It's a long
apprenticeship,
long process. Even after, you know, you're always learning. And then it took a while before I got really comfortable. Because at the beginning, you know, you're sitting down and doing my first 2-3 pipes, handmade pipes. I'm sweating, shaking. Like I don't want to screw this up. You know, and everything's by hand. So you know, certain things, they're not obvious. I mean, when I say completely by hand, you know, a lot of times these days when you bore the air hole, there's something that does that for you. You know, clamp your pipe on it, and you have a drill that goes just at the right angle.
Angle.
We do it by eye. So literally, you draw a little. You draw. You know, you draw how deep the chamber goes on the side of the bowl, and then you have this long mesh that goes the same size, 1/8 of an inch, I guess. And then you're basically drilling it by hand, so that it meets right underneath at the bottom, so not too left, not too right. That takes a while. I scrapped quite a bit of wood before getting to know what I could do. So that wasn't easy. And the lathe, that's also a tricky thing. I mean, it's very sharp, and you know you're turning. You want to make sure the mouthpiece you want to fit to the pipe isn't too loose or too tight. So, and that has to do with how you forcefully use your lathe. So you could imagine a lot of times, scrapped a lot of
Oh,
mouthpieces
no.
until I understood, okay, I can't go that far. This is not far enough, or else then I crack the shank and all that. So,
Oh no, okay.
so it like any other, I guess, métier,
Yeah.
artisanship,
Yeah.
it takes
Craftsmanship.
quite a while
Yeah.
before you're comfortable with what
Okay.
you do.
How long would you say it took from like the moment you began apprenticing to when you can comfortably make a pipe with your eyes closed, not have to think about it, not have to worry about it?
I'd say a good 10 years.
Wow, okay.
25 years old
And that's
to
working with
35.
it and-
At 30,
yeah.
I was take the blocks.
Okay.
I want to do this.
Okay.
Okay, not this block. Okay, I can fit that in there.
Okay.
It was a lot easier, but it took me, yeah, 10 years. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
I mean, it's not like I was just paralyzed before then, but
Right.
it's just your level of certainty isn't there.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
your confidence,
Yeah.
you know, that builds up with time.
Okay.
And the more you do it, the more you feel better.
Okay.
And then to a point where, like you said, at one point I was like, okay.
You got
and
it.
you know, it's like, oh, okay,
Right.
it came out
Okay.
good, you know,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and you know, everything's clear, and then I guess you could focus on the shape you want to do.
Okay.
Instead of worrying about, oh,
The mechanics and
mechanics.
everything, and okay,
Yeah.
and the proportions. Wow. Now, do you work with acrylics or do you strictly work with vulcanite stems?
mostly vulcanite.
Okay.
A lot easier to get.
Okay.
There's a lot more variety. I know there's the cost issue, but it's mostly just the availability.
Okay.
It's easy to use, easier
But to work with?
churn. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'd say, you know, most of the clientele today, they
Feel like the
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as hard on the teeth.
Yeah.
It's more comfortable.
Yeah.
There's that aspect and all that. Acrylics, they're cool. I mean, the colors and all that.
Yeah.
But it's a lot harder
Okay.
for the smoker on the teeth and
Yeah.
all that, and just the availability.
Okay.
So yeah, so for a long while now, we use using the vulcanite
Okay.
for most of the series. I mean, we do have some acrylic. It's very
Okay.
limited. We just basically pick and choose. You know,
Yeah.
not last minute, but almost. Okay, it's going to be that stain. Oh, it look like
Oh, okay.
that'll look good with the gray acrylic.
Oh, okay.
Instead of
Okay.
always using the
same.
the black vulcanite stems.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, for the most part, acrylic.
Nice, okay.
The black vulcanite.
Awesome. Would you mind sharing us some of your collection, or if you have various lines, you know, kind of like talking us through?
Well, sure. I mean, so basically everything you have on top here, what we call our standard line,
Okay.
okay, or beginner pipes, if you will.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're classic shapes that you could probably find in most other brands.
Right.
And so they're well-established shapes. I'm talking about, you know, billiards,
Yeah. Canadians. Yeah.
apples,
Yeah.
pokers,
Okay.
and we offer them in different finishes and different textures as well.
Okay.
So you got the smooth, light, smooth, dark.
Okay.
But on this side you have, you know, the classic all sandblast,
Yeah.
the reddish tone,
Yeah.
and
Lovely, isn't it?
you have the partly hand rusticated.
Okay. So that's all
which
done
is
by hand.
something
Okay.
2 steps in that, that's involved in that.
Okay.
The second step is by hand.
Okay.
The first step is like a first pass. It's basic. Well, I'll show you that later.
Yeah, for sure.
The
That'd be
tool
great.
that's used. So
Yeah.
yeah, so depending, really, you know, when you buy, someone comes in buys pipes, it's really a question of taste.
Right.
You know, it's not one pipe that's better than the other,
Right,
because
right.
of the shape or whatnot. So
The market of
the more
excellence is
variety,
there.
the better.
Yeah.
So there's
Awesome.
always one that really, you know, as they say, catches someone's eye.
Yes,
And
definitely.
So that's up here.
Okay.
Below is
Yep.
also made by us.
Okay.
And you have, I'd say most of these are one-offs, so unique
Okay.
pieces. So you have you have these here. These are like maybe the smallest pipes that we make.
Okay.
You know, I guess you could call them mini church wardens.
Okay. Yeah.
Some with short stems, some with long.
Okay.
Very small bowl.
Like
very discreet.
a group 1, group 2 size bowl.
Oh yeah, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say 3, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay.
One being really kind of small. But
Yeah.
So and everything here, right to the end, those are like the one-offs, the unique pieces.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
you know, the pipe came out nice. You know, the grain is there.
Okay.
There are no fills.
Okay.
Because up here, you know, given this category,
Mhm.
the standards, at the price. You know, these are what we make with the ébauchon.
Okay.
Okay, wood.
Yeah.
As opposed to the nicer plateau cut, which you
Okay.
would find on those nice handmade pieces.
I see. Okay.
So not perfect wood. You do have fills.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're tiny, but that comes with the territory up here.
Right.
Down there are no fills.
It's a perfect grade.
So, you know,
yeah.
sometimes there's just one. So you want to do something special, might put on a band.
Okay.
There's a different stain.
Okay.
So you wind up with like one billiard, a poker,
Okay.
you know, a squat.
Bulldog. Yeah.
Okay. Then have fun here with two stems.
Okay.
The Church Warden S Dublin.
Oh yes. Okay.
And all this over here, yeah, those are what we usually commonly call the free hands.
Okay. Okay.
So that's made with the nicest cut of wood we could get. That you could get is the plateau cut.
Yeah. Nice.
And so you can see
Okay.
that with the grain.
Yeah.
So being that quality, you know, we purposely leave a nice thick wall to them.
A chunk. Yeah.
It's a good quality wood, so it's light, so it permits us to do that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
permits the smoker to really be able to smoke it.
Okay.
You know, more advantageously, if
Yes.
you will.
Yes.
And you know, we try and do, you know, distinct and unique shapes.
Okay.
That comes back to the person who does it. So
Right.
you give a little touch
Okay.
on the shape. So
Your signature.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
those, myself and my uncle
Mhm.
are doing today, and we sign and number them.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
those are really the
Okay.
the unique pieces.
What would your signature style be, personally?
I think I might have a few in there for me. Yeah, so basically,
The poker.
so this is my uncle, just to give you an example.
Okay.
So you see that's the very older generation,
Yeah.
70s, 80s, very Danish oriented,
Yeah.
okay, with the rough top.
Okay.
And
The plateau.
the simple but chunky, like Dublin-esque
Okay.
shape. Me, I'm a little off, like a little weirder. I'll do some things like that.
Okay.
The stand-up poker over there,
Yeah.
that's me.
Oh wow. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's gorgeous.
I think I had I had a horn and I wanted to show you.
Oh, nice.
I could do that as well. So
Okay.
there's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah, yeah, I bet.
So, you know, being from a different generation, I have a different style than my uncle, which
Okay.
is cool because we offer those
Yeah.
two different perspectives.
Yeah. The
People
variety.
that come in.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And now on this side, are those also your pipes, or are those other like retail?
These are all imported. so
Oh, okay.
Other brand names.
Oh, Stanwell's, Petersons.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So you do carry.
The brands that are pretty well known,
Oh,
some
yes.
Lorenzetti's.
Nice. Okay.
I do carry some Chacum pipes as well. which is
Okay.
quite nice, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Actually, that's funny because I mentioned that it's the son of the previous owner is continuing the business just like I am.
Yeah.
About my age, so
Chacum.
Chacum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know Chacum.
Yeah, Antoine Grenard. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah. So.
So you're
So
friends
there's
with
like
Mr.
a bit of
Chacum.
a relationship going there
Yes.
that started way back with my dad and my
Oh,
uncle.
wow.
So that's kind of special there
That's
too.
amazing. That's incredible.
So yeah.
So you know a lot of the big names in the pipe making world, then, like you're connected with them and all that through the.
Well, I
family.
know.
Yeah.
I've met them, the ones that I went to France and
Okay.
I met them. But I mean, I'd love to meet those really well-known artists.
Yeah.
You know, Tom Eltag and
Oh, yeah.
company. I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard of a lot about them. You know,
Of course.
I love their work. You know,
Yeah.
I'm influenced by what they do. Is
Yeah.
you got to admit that it's
For
beautiful
sure.
work. So it'd be great to meet them one day.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be great. But that's really cool. So you know the owner of Chacum and you're friends with him and stuff. That's really neat. You don't drill any pipes to take 6 or 9 millimeter filters. It's always non-filtered pipes, right? That you produce.
That's right.
Okay.
I mean, when I started, that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
It's like the classic way
Yeah.
of
yeah.
making pipes. So there's two schools of thought.
Okay.
I'm not saying one's better than the other, but for what we do here, we've always done it without the filter. 'Cause it's
Traditional
really, there's
classic.
never been a demand for that
Okay.
here. So I guess we just kept going with the way we're doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. So you're maintaining that history and that tradition.
Yeah.
Throughout the years. That's awesome. Yeah. And I can say that I have one of your pipes at home. It's a little bulldog, a little straight bulldog, and it smokes beautifully. So could you tell me what sets Blatter and Blatter apart from other pipe makers, other pipe carvers, or other artisan carvers as well? What's the mark of excellence that you think Blatter and Blatter offers?
Well, I mean, it's all about, I guess, the style.
Okay.
Because, you know, everyone could get some good wood,
Okay.
you know, some quality plateau briar.
Okay.
Talking about those other well-known artists
Yeah.
as well. But we all have our own style, really.
Okay.
You know, and what we can and cannot do.
Okay.
So, I guess that, in a sense, sets us apart. You know, distinguishes us from everyone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
It's you know, unique to us, I guess.
Okay.
Our style, obviously, and you know, we do make them in house here.
Yeah.
And then sell them
In-house.
in a retail setting, which I
Mhm.
think is unique, because there's not many, as far as I know,
Yeah.
artists that do that.
Okay.
They'll concentrate on their work, and they'll sell to distributors.
Yeah. Okay.
Who will then sell to
Okay.
other retail stores. So that too is unique. That setup, if you will.
Okay. Yeah.
Making
yeah.
literally making it, and then walking 10 feet and putting it in the counter
Yeah.
and selling it. So in that sense, it's
Okay.
it's different. Yeah.
And
yeah.
also being present there when you're purchasing the pipe, being present with the person who made the pipe.
That too, I guess,
Yeah.
is something. Yeah, exactly.
Because I guess you leave a little part of yourself in everything that you produce, right?
Yeah.
So a little part of the artisan and of the craftsman is going to go into the product, and it's really great to be able to meet the person who actually made your pipe. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I do get that every once in a while.
Okay.
Someone who comes in, you know, and winds up buying one of our nice pipes, you know,
Yeah.
a nice piece, and they ask, who made this? You know, they might know my uncle, or,
Okay.
or maybe not, or
Okay.
might not know me, but said, I'm the one who made that.
That's
And
awesome.
then most of the time, the reaction I get is, I mean, you made that? Oh my God! And then, nice to meet the person, like
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
said, the person who made the pipe, and this.
That's
And we
gotta
start
be
talking
nice.
about that.
Yeah, yeah.
you
I'm
know.
sure that's very rewarding. I'm sure.
It is the
Yeah.
most rewarding
Yeah.
to see someone who, you know, appreciates what
Yeah.
you did
Yeah.
with that pipe, you know,
Absolutely.
the style, and
Yeah.
you know, and
Mhm.
want to smoke it.
Yeah.
That's the most rewarding thing. That's
Yeah.
really why, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you don't just make pipes just to say, well, now look, I did that.
Yeah.
You know, it's to have someone else recognize that,
Mhm.
and to a point, well, they're gonna buy it and smoke it, and then,
Yeah.
you know, and be happy.
Yeah.
That's the most rewarding. I mean, that's why we're
For
making
sure,
pipes,
for sure. That's awesome. Yeah. Also, pipes are it's a very personal thing. You put it in your mouth, you hold it in your hand, it's in your pocket, it's always with you, you know, it's like an extension of your face, kind of, when you're clenching it, or an extension of your arm when you're holding
Absolutely.
it. So it's, I can't imagine how special it feels for someone to say, that one, you know, and you made it. So that's awesome.
It is special. It
That's
is.
awesome.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite line? Do you have a favorite finish? I know you said you kind of did the freehand, semi-rusticated, semi-plateau.
I like to
You like
do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can see, we do a bit of everything. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
All smooth, light, dark.
Yeah.
My uncle really likes to do the rough top.
Okay. The plateau.
I do
top.
it, but
yeah.
I'm not. You know, I'll leave it to him.
Okay.
But I really got to liking doing
the free hands and
the freehand, but with like the hand rusticated,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
maybe the top and bottom smooth.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
giving it a little accent.
Nice. Okay.
Things like that. So yeah, I've been.
Nice. Okay.
I like to do that. I mean, if the wood is too nice, I won't do that.
Right.
Obviously, you want to show the
Yeah.
grain.
Yeah. That's
But
right.
I like to do that. I
Okay.
like to do that finish. There's a lot you could do. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever shape you wish to do, you could finish it that way.
Okay.
And it really comes out different every time and unique. So
Okay.
I like to do that. Yeah.
So I noticed that I guess the calling card on all pipes is the red dot on the side.
Yeah.
How long has that been a part of Blatter and Blatter? Like, is that from the old days that it was always recognized by the red dot, the way that Dunhill has the white spot, or?
The red dot, I think it's started in 1980.
Okay.
And before then,
Okay.
no, I'll have to ask my dad exactly the date. The
Yes.
red dot, after the green dot, was it late 70s or early 80s?
Early 70s.
The red dot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early
so
70s.
before 1970, I was off my generation.
Because they were green dots before.
Yeah, before the red was
okay.
the green.
On the side as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the way we distinguish a blatter pipe. They all have a red dot, and within our freehand line, the handmade ones, the completely handmade ones, the freehands. At the end of the whole process, after staining, it's ready to be put in the showcase.
Okay.
You look at it, and we're three here most of the time. It's really aesthetics.
Okay.
We look at the whole pipe and see, okay, see the grain, see what shape we pick to see how the grain comes out.
Okay.
If it's proportions, the weight and all that, mostly it's the grain.
Okay.
See how it really flows in the piece. And if it's really exceptional, I mean, we'll put a second red dot.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not that they're better pipes.
Right.
It's just that they're rarer.
Okay. Okay.
If you ask anyone who makes pipes, you can't just go right ahead and say, I'm gonna make my nicest pipe today.
Yeah.
Because it's never gonna happen. There's always stuff that's gonna come out in the wood, and you have
Okay.
to modify what you wanna do and so on.
Okay.
So it's
Right.
rare that it comes out near perfect
Yeah.
at the end.
Okay.
And those are exceptional pieces.
Yeah.
Because it is, briar root.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get
Yeah.
most of the time. Like, I'm not, you never finish with what you started off.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So those nice pieces, second red dot.
Oh, okay.
Maybe do 4, 5, 6 a year.
Okay.
We're lucky.
Oh wow. Okay.
We asked.
Okay.
They ask more because of that, because
Yeah.
they're rare, and really it's just the nice grain that really makes the pipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So that's what the two dots mean then.
Yeah. So I find the standards are like first step for a lot of
Okay.
people.
And I'll say that so the standards are all handmade from start to finish. I have one and it smokes beautifully. It's one of my best smokers and it's very affordable. So check it out if you're in Montreal. Actually, on the note of tobacco, what is your best-selling tobacco, your best-selling house blend?
Probably be by far what we call the executive,
Okay.
which is akin to the Lane IQ.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a mild aromatic.
Okay.
I guess it's naturally a bit chocolatey vanilla.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's successful to a lot of people.
Right.
Good for a beginner.
Okay.
A lot of people have been smoking it for years.
Okay.
It's pleasant,
Aroma.
the aroma and the
Room note.
sweetness.
Okay.
So
Nice.
that would be one. And the other one, if you switch, styles of a blend category, the English blends, the Reserve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've
Nice.
had that for a long time, and quite a nice following for that.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Nice. So I only have one more question before, if it's okay, we go take a look at the shop. Can you walk us through a normal day when you show up to work? Like, what does your day consist of? Do you go straight to the shop? Do you make calls? You said you were taking photos of pipes the other day. So is that
Right. Well, typically, I come in kind of early because I'm an early bird.
right?
I open at 9, but I'm like here at 7.
Okay.
But that's the time where I catch up on my work.
Okay.
If I have repairs to do,
Okay.
if I have pipe cleanings to do, a lot of people come in with their pipes that have a full cleaning.
Okay.
Either they can't do it, they don't want to do it.
Okay.
So I take care of that, and I guess I go through the orders I need to do
Okay.
for pipe tobacco and cigars and all that. And, that's it. I mean, I'll line up a pipe
Okay.
in the back. First pipe of the day is the best.
Of course.
And that's it. I mean, we're open for business.
Okay.
The rest of the day is either serving people or
Okay.
when we're 2 or 3, I could spend more time in the back
Working.
catching up on those pipes I'm going to finish or whatnot.
Yeah. So you do repairs then and cleanings here as well?
Yeah.
Okay. For just your pipes, or if anyone brings in their pipe?
We take a look
Okay.
to see what needs to be done.
Okay.
If it's a blatter pipe, obviously it's a lot more straightforward. They're made here.
Right,
So we do
yeah.
have the stems.
Okay.
We know what can be done.
Okay.
If it's not a blatter pipe, we have to take a look at it. It's a
Okay.
case by case to see
Okay.
if we have the right, because these mouthpieces we're talking about,
Yeah.
the vulcanized, they're pre-molded.
Okay.
There's many of them, which we'll
Okay.
see later on, but
Yeah, yeah.
we have to see if the right size for the shank of that
Oh,
pipe,
okay.
see how the pipe is smoked.
Okay.
If it's not worth it, we tell them right away. If I put pressure on this, it snaps.
Okay.
I'm not taking a chance, if it's smoked to the hilt,
Yeah.
for example. So you see
Okay.
what you can and cannot do, and you tell the client, well, yes or no.
Okay.
And cleanings, yeah. cleanings too.
Okay.
Do quite a bit of cleanings. I
Let's
mean,
say if someone. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I
yeah, yeah.
interrupted you.
No, the cleanings too.
Okay.
A lot of, over the years, you wind up with a collection of pipes.
Yeah.
Even though you keep smoking the same ones, eventually
They all get dirty.
quite dirty. And a lot of guys either don't want to do it because you get dirty,
Yeah.
or they can't because they don't have the right
The tools.
reaming tools and whatnot,
Okay.
and the alcohol.
Okay.
So they'll come in with all their pipes, and
Okay.
I have fun doing that.
Okay.
Actually, I do have fun doing that.
Okay.
I don't mind getting dirty. And
So say that I buy an estate pipe off eBay and it's in really rough shape. I could bring it to you and you could do your best to try to bring
Right.
it back to life. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
nice. Okay. Well, next time I'm in town, I'll have to bring some of my estates and ask for your help. Thank you very much. I'm hoping if we could take a quick look inside.
workshop. Yeah, sure.
And then maybe
Just
I
follow
can
me.
spend a few minutes browsing myself. 'Cause,
Okay.
Oh wow.
So it's not big, but it's bigger than it used to be.
Oh yeah.
when we
Okay.
moved.
It's everything
So
you need.
as you can see, it's old school.
Yeah.
So it's the blocks, the plateau blocks. Not many right now, but
Wow.
we do have some. We have different stations for when we sand and polish. And talked about mouthpieces.
Oh wow! Look at
our
that. That's all the
collection of
mouthpieces.
Bit of acrylic,
Wow.
but
Oh,
most
cool.
of them is all the black
Wow.
vulcanite.
So these come in these long tubes, basically, right? That you, or
Well,
or
we
these-
buy them. We just put them in here.
Oh, okay.
They come in bags.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay.
doesn't do. We just. This is going way back, by the way. This
The shelf.
the shelf.
Huh.
Those are the
What
bags.
you have also, that was worth mentioning, is the lathe.
Yeah.
This was made, my grandfather used to have that from Paris.
Yeah.
Really?
Well over 100 years
Oh
old.
wow.
This is the
It
old
still
school.
works.
Wow. And this is the one that you guys use
Yes, that's right.
regularly. Wow.
That's
Strapped ring lathe.
Oh wow.
And then you got two lathe, depending on what you're using it for, wood
Wow.
or the mouthpieces.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's amazing. So this machine is over 100 years old and it's
Oh,
from
yes,
you got
Paris.
different
Oh,
chucks,
yeah.
which
Wow.
I can't take off because it's stuck. But anyway, you got you have the chuck. This is basically where you put your mouthpiece or
Okay.
your shank of the pipe if you want to turn it.
Wow.
And yeah,
That's great. And these are the old tools that you were talking about.
yeah,
The hand tools.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I don't even touch, but it's going way back.
I mean, these are antiques.
Yes.
This is
yeah.
amazing.
So this is where we cut out the wood.
Okay.
It's just a regular horizontal bandsaw, if you will.
Wow.
And this is where you bowl the bowl chamber
Okay.
and the chamber for the tenon for the mouthpiece.
Okay,
You got
okay.
you got all these sorts of
That's
accessories
incredible.
to play with.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing.
And I've got other old school stuff for the cleaning. I mean, it's going way back, but you get the old, all these are not young.
That's amazing.
Never mind this is but yeah, these old school stuff.
Wow.
That's really the way you used to clean them.
And if ever there's a power outage, then you can go back to using those.
Yeah.
And then those. Wow.
Stains. There's more over there, but
Okay.
most of them are here to play around with.
Nice. And then your buffers and
Here, this is where we shape.
sanders,
So
shapers,
Yeah,
buffers.
there's two.
Okay.
The rough one, this one here,
Okay.
and then you follow this one,
Okay.
and you follow this one, and then you follow this one.
Okay.
So that's the
Smooth.
smooth. That's
okay.
the longest step. If you
Okay.
will, is shaping a pipe.
Right. Okay. Now
So yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, this is the
workshop.
the working area, and a bit of glues and stuff up there.
Well, that's
That's
impressive.
that's the extra mouthpieces. They come in boxes.
Oh, okay.
You just stack them there. A lot of bands too. We got more bands. Still
Oh,
the
nice,
silver
okay.
and the nickel plated.
Oh, okay.
And actually, all these here are old bands too.
Will they ever they'll get used up eventually, right? Like
Yeah.
you'll have plans for them and
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll depend. You don't always put a band in a pipe.
Right.
But
Yeah.
to a nice pipe, put a little extra, a nice band, a gold plated band or whatnot.
nice. That's awesome. Wow. Well, thank you so much. I mean, thank you very, very much, sir, for
It's a pleasure. Thanks
showing
for
us
coming by.
around. And where can they find you?
Well, we are at 375 President Kennedy in beautiful Montreal. And we do have a website, blatterpipes.com. If you want to take a look, explains a bit our history and the steps involved in pipe making.
And I'll put the link to the website in the description as well. So once again, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Thank
Be
you.
well.
Thanks.
See
And
you
we'll see
soon.
you soon, yeah.